I'm Wendy Canavan with Hummingbird and Heart Habit, and today I'm going to break down SEINT makeup for you, the basics, using a system that us artists like to call HAC, which stands for Highlight and Contour. So here we go. So if you're watching this video, you were probably brand new to SEINT. Maybe you've heard about it, maybe you just heard about it, but let's talk a little bit about what SEINT makeup is. So this is probably hands down the most unique makeup that I have ever used. I have used every brand that you could possibly think of, and I won't go back to anything else. One of the reasons why is that this makeup is cream-based, and it just melts into your skin like butter. It looks like it's your actual skin. It creates one layer of makeup, not layer upon layer of dry, cakey makeup. So I absolutely love that. One of the other reasons is everything that I pretty much need, save mascara, is all in one compact. So the product comes in these tins that fit into a customizable compact that you can get in many designs and in pretty much any size that you want. And you arrange the compact the way that you want it to be. I mean, how amazing is that? We've got big sizes like the one that you see here, which has 2 layers. We have something that's even bigger that has 3 layers. We have compacts, magnetized compacts that are smaller. We have size 12, perfect for traveling. This is one of my favorites. We also have even smaller than that. We have one that holds 12 of our big tins, double layer. And then the smallest that we have is a palette 4, which fits 4 of these big face-sized tins. And these two, so easy. Actually, this one too, size 12, fits right into your purse. Always have it with you. Has a mirror in it. Take it on the go. One of the other best reasons why SEINT is just amazing. Beyond that, there are no harsh chemicals in this makeup. It is cruelty-free. And not to mention, when you order this makeup, it is available to you online, and it's absolutely free for the shipping. Never pay. Never pay for the shipping, and typically the shipping is incredibly fast. Beyond that, one of my absolute favorite reasons for using SEINT makeup is that you have an artist that is there for you. She's in your back pocket. When you go to places like Ulta or Sephora and you get color matched, once you leave that store, that's it. You don't have that employee, that artist that comes with you. But with SEINT, you have an artist who's going to, do consistent videos, who will answer your questions, who will even do one-on-one sit-downs with you to make sure that the makeup is correct, that it's applied the way that you want it to be, to make sure that you are as happy as you can possibly be. Prepping your face for makeup is an essential step that I absolutely believe you need to take. It's going to help your skin to receive the makeup, and it's also going to help with longevity of your makeup. Prepping for your skin is not created equal. Basically, the prep steps that you take is contingent upon your type of skin or your skin type. So if you, for example, have dry to normal skin, I am going to recommend that you use a moisturizer, but only in the places where you are absolutely dry. So you will apply your moisturizer. You're going to wait about 10 minutes to let that kind of soak in, dry, and then I'm going to recommend a setting spray that you will apply all over the face. And again, a setting spray that's going to be best for your skin type. If you have combination to oily skin, I absolutely do not recommend that you apply moisturizer before putting any kind of makeup on your face, unless you are willing to sit there and allow for quite a bit of dry time. One of the things that I do, I have oily skin. One of the things that I do, if I'm going to be out in the sun all day long, I will apply a sunscreen, but I do allow it to sit on my face for at least like a good 15 to 20 minutes. Then I go through with the setting spray. So setting sprays, again, I'm going to recommend setting sprays just based on your skin type. So if you have regular to dry skin, I'm going to highly recommend that you use the SEINT setting spray. If you have combination to oily skin, I'm going to recommend Urban Decay's Slick. So what you'd want to do to prep your skin is you want to take a beauty blender. You can use the SEINT Perfector sponge or whatever one you want. You're going to run it under running water. You're going to make sure that you completely rinse out all the water, get it out, get all that water out. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your setting spray and you're going to spray it directly on the sponge. I'm going to recommend you do it about 3 times. And then you're going to apply this all over your face. So forehead, down your nose, cheeks, chin, upper lip. Apply that all over your skin and then let that sit for a few minutes. And once you take that step, honestly, this would be the best time to do your eyeshadow, do your eyebrows. So give it some time to let it dry. So once you have prepped your skin and your face is dry and ready to go, now is the time to go ahead and start applying your makeup. So when you look at your face, you are probably going to notice that you are not the same color all over your face. You're more than likely going to notice that you have some contrasting colors. For example, for me, I have some sun damage on my face. I've got some red and pink tones all throughout my face. So that is something that I'm going to want to go through first and I'm going to want to correct. Some people have sunspots all over their face. They've got brown spots. Some people have under eye colors they want to get rid of. Some people have, veins that run through their face and they want to get rid of. But the first thing to do is to go ahead and take care of those contrasting colors. And contrary to what you've probably been told growing up, you don't want to use a lighter color to get rid of or to camouflage, if you will, those contrasting colors. You actually want to use a tone that is darker than your all over face color. So for me, to get rid of my redness, I like to use a color by SEINT, which is called Mango. So this is the shade here, and you're probably thinking there's no way that that's your color. Well, no, it's definitely not my color for all over my face, but it is definitely my color for correcting the redness. So I like to use a detail brush. In fact, this is called the detail brush from SEINT, and I like to use a smaller side for the detail work to get rid of the contrasting colors. And you take the small end and you just tap. So just a little bit of product and only apply it where it's needed. Do not apply it all over the face. Just where you have those contrasting colors that you want to get rid of. So I've gone through and I have color corrected or camouflaged my face. And so the next step that I want to take is to contour. And I know this seems super scary, but the beauty about SEINT products is that the cream is totally blendable. If you make a mistake, you can blend it in, start fresh. So I'm going to show you a foolproof way to contour. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to chisel out our cheeks. We're going to give the appearance of lift. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the top corner of our ear and we're going to feel for that cheekbone. So when you find your cheekbone, you essentially want to hug the bottom of that cheekbone, starting from the top of your ear and then down to about the middle of your pupil is where you're going to start. So I'm going to use the other end of the detail brush from SEINT. It's been crafted to essentially be able to contour. So it's got that nice flat edge. So let's go ahead and contour. Again, I'm dipping into my palette here, just using the edge here to grab some product. And then I'm going to go ahead and start with the corner of my ear and work my way down, hugging again those cheekbones. Okay, we're going to move to the other side. And top corner of the ear, finding that cheekbone and working my way down. Okay, so we've got our cheekbones chiseled out. Now we want to go ahead and do our forehead. I always like to describe the contour as an upside down U. So we want to go all along the frame of our forehead here. And we want to drag the product down. Actually, I'm sorry, down and kind of up, a little bit of both. So into the hairline, but also down. Okay, another area that we want to contour is our jawline. So we're going to go underneath. This is a fantastic way to kind of hide those double chins that you may have. So I'm going to start at the end of my jawline by my ear and work my way down right underneath the jaw. And then we definitely want to make sure that we blend this down. We don't want that harsh line there. We don't want people to think like, oh my gosh, she's got a different color neck than her actual face color. So we want to make sure that we blend this down. Last thing we want to do, and this is like totally and completely optional, is to contour our nose. So again, love to use the detail brush. And with contouring your nose, you're trying to give the appearance that your nose is thinner. So the closer that we put our lines to each other, the thinner that our nose is going to look. The further out we put our lines, the wider our nose is going to look. So I'm going to go ahead and again, just on the tip of the brush, and we're going to go down, just kind of wiggle my way down my nose. Okay, I need to pick up a little bit more product there. Going down the nose. Let's do the other side. Okay, and then you'll be able to blend this out. I also like to do the very bottom of the nose. Okay. All right, and voila, we have contoured. After contouring, I like to go through and brighten my face. Brightening your face essentially draws attention to your eyes. So I'm going to go back to the detail brush, smaller end, and I'm going to use a much lighter color than my overall color, and that's this color here. It's called Versailles. And again, just picking up just a tiny bit of product. So I'm going to start by going between my forehead, right between the brows, or not between my forehead, just between the brows on the lower end of my forehead. Then I'm also going to place it on top of the arch of my brows. I'm going to go down the center of my nose. So we're going between the contour lines there. I'm going to pop this into the inner corner of my eye. And then also the outer corner of my eye. Let's do the other side. So inner corner, outer corner. Gonna hit up the Cupid's bow and then down the center of my chin. Okay, and we will blend this out in just a little bit. So after brightening, I like to go through and apply my main color, my main shade, or my main all over color. And I'm going to apply it to the places where I did not apply anything else. So with Saint, it's essential that you create one layer of makeup. We don't want it to have layer upon layer like a cake and it looks like it's, you know, super cakey. One layer. So I'm going to go through and use one of my other favorite brushes. This is called the Blush and Bronzer brush. And I'm going to use the smaller end here. And again, I'm just picking up a tiny little bit of product. And I'm going to apply this, again, where I did not apply my other colors. So there's just a few places. Right, I'm going to go back to my smaller brush and just hit up the places that are a little too, that are just too small for that big brush. Okay, just a couple places on my forehead. Okay, and now I'm ready to blend. So I'm going to go back to that blush and bronzer brush. I'm going to use the smaller end, and I'm going to go through my face and blend. I'm going to do what are called stippling motions, where I'm just pressing into the skin. And it really doesn't matter where you start on your face. If you want to do the lighter colors, you want to do the darker colors, it's totally and completely up to you. And you just blend it to your liking. Okay, and there we go. So I've applied all my face makeup in the areas where I need it to be. I have blended. And now there are just a few more steps that I'm going to recommend that you take in order to really make sure that you have a long-lasting makeup. So in order to really make sure that these creams are melting into your face, I'm going to recommend that you go back to that damp, more like damp, that damp beauty blender, or in SEINT we call it the perfector sponge. And I'm going to recommend that you just, again, do pouncing motions, just pressing this all over your face. This is going to take out any excess oils, any excess makeup, and it's just pressing it right into your skin. In my opinion, this is what makes SEINT makeup look like it's your skin. So press it in all over. From here, this step is all, again, contingent on your skin type. If you have dry to normal skin, you can take your setting spray, you can do an X motion over your face, let it dry, and then, you know, move on with your day, put mascara on, whatever it is that you still need to do. If you have oily skin or combination to oily skin, I'm going to recommend that you use a powder. You can use a pressed powder. You can use a loose powder. SEINT actually has a pressed powder that fits right into your compact. This is it right here. It is called Vanilla Dust. What I like to do is just take my damp perfector sponge, and then I actually just like to put it right there into the powder, and then I'm going to press it into the places where I tend to get oily. So again, just pressing it in, going back to my compact. I'll place it for me on my nose. That's where I get the most oily. And then my lower forehead is another place. So for me, just to make sure that there is no excess powder, I like to go through with the big end of the blush and bronzer brush. And I just like to do light wiping motions here just to make sure any excess oil is off. From here, if you do want to have some blush, that is something that you can certainly apply. I like to use the smaller end of the blush and bronzer brush. And then again, just a little tiny bit of product. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use Nude. So I'm just going to press in, and then all I'm going to do is just go above my contour line here. So going above the contour line toward your forehead, just pressing that in. You can flip this over and blend a bit if you need to. And then same thing for the other side. Above the contour line. You don't want to go too far down with your blush. It's going to give you the appearance of a sagging face. So you don't want to come too far down toward your mouth and your nose. Okay. I can also just go in with my finger. I can go into the same exact color, and then I can also apply this to my lips. You can use a brush to do this, or just use your finger and just press it in. One of the last few steps that I like to take is to add a little bit of illuminator. I like a little bit of a glow. One of my favorite colors is actually Angel. So I just use my fingers here. I'm going to apply above the cheekbone. Apply to the other side here. I could add it under the arch of my eyebrow to add a little pop there. You can also add it to the tip of your nose. You could go down a little bit the arch of your nose as well. And then you can also hit up the Cupid's bow. Okay. And then from here, I just want to set the makeup. So I'm going to go back to my setting spray. You can do a variety of things here. You can do an X motion. You can even spray it on the Perfector sponge and then dab that into your skin. For me, I like to spray it onto my Perfector sponge and then just start dabbing it into the skin. This is one of like the key steps for me in longevity of makeup. Setting spray is everything. All right, and from there you are all done. Again, if you just need to add some mascara, whatever it is, that's it. Boom, done. Beautiful, flawless, easy face. Again, looks like your own skin.